Don't turn that dial.
A dangerous mistake to make.
Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive, returns right now on WCPT 820.
I got a chance to talk to Congresswoman Robin Kelly when she showed up at the Friends of Labor breakfast in Joliet, Illinois, the breakfast that we attended with our radio staff, talking to a lot of people from a lot of different unions who understand that unions themselves and all of their union brothers and sisters are stronger when everybody stands together. I talked to Robin at that time about why she came to the breakfast, and she told me about why it was important and why that she wanted to show her support for something that she felt was so important. Congresswoman Robin Kelly joins me now. Robin, how have you been since the breakfast?
I am hanging in there since the breakfast. I'm doing well.
Yes. You know, I was jealous. They brought out the food after I started on the radio, and by the time I finished up, the food was gone. So, if I go out there and do that again, I'm going to, during one of the breaks for news, I'm going to run over and fill up a plate, and then my radio audience will enjoy the sounds of me eating for the next 20 minutes, which I'm sure will be a delight. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about Trump speaking to Congress tonight. Mike Quigley, I don't know if you noticed, put out something this afternoon about saying, you know what, he's not going to attend with this pause of all the aid to Ukraine, the way Zelensky was treated. He just doesn't want to be there. What are your thoughts on that?
I totally understand, and I respect anyone that makes a decision not to attend. I am making the decision to attend because I want to be there with some of my other colleagues that look at him, don't clap for him, and are defiant of him in that way, but in his presence. And also, if enough of us don't attend, they will fill those seats with people who will be clapping for him. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen either.
I see.
It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard, but I'll be there.
Well, you know, when I've watched State of the Union addresses before, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican, I know I'm going to hear some things that I agree with and some things that I don't, maybe some things that I will find inspiring. But tonight, I know I'm just going to hear misinformation, disinformation, and lies. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it without screaming, without running out of my front door with my hands waving and my hair on fire.
I get that, too. And I can't imagine what he's going to say. I know it's going to be negative. I know it's going to be lies. I know it's going to be pats on the back for himself and the co-president. And I'm hoping he doesn't go as far as to make me, I may want to leave the room, but depending on maybe something he says that I'm not thinking about, I might have to jump up and leave myself. You know, I'm trying to, I guess, respect the institution and be supportive of, Leader Hakeem Jeffries, because he just has responsibilities as the leader. But no, I know it is. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It is going to be tough. I don't even like to look at him.
Oh, really? A lot of people who listen to this radio station have expressed the opinion that they really want Democratic leaders to be out there, to be vocal, to be fighting. Like Jonathan Jackson and Maxine Waters went over to the HUD building. Maxwell Frost went over to the Treasury building. Chris Murphy has been screaming loud and long. What do you think is the most effective way to keep Democrats relevant and to oppose and slow down what you can with what Trump's doing?
I think we have to do all of it. Some protesting. Many of us have had teletown hall meetings. I had 11,000 people tune in to the meeting that I've had. I've had press conferences. I'm talking, not only to you, but influencers, creators, and that's at which we're doing a lot of that today. I was on Black Radio today, then I was on Nexstar. I'll be on some different things tonight, with podcasts. We have to do it all. And, of course, what's been our mainstay is the court. That's what's really holding it down for us, because we are fighting with one hand, behind our back. And I know, like people have said, that people have called them and said, rush the stage, or can't you do this, can't you do that? Well, no, if we rush the stage, somebody will get shot, and, there's things we just can't do. Again, Republicans are in charge of the White House, the Senate, the House, and some would say the Supreme Court. So it's really, really difficult. But we need allies, and allies mean the public. We need people that are represented by Republican congresspeople or senators to flood the zone, to call them. We need everybody to be a part of this, to let them know that we vote and we're not going to vote for you, or to protest where they can protest. There's been protests in front of Tesla. Maxine Waters reported to us that there was like 3,000 or 4,000 people in front of whatever's in her district, SpaceX or whatever, and there were people there. These are everyday people not elected doing their part too. We need to scare them, and I'm sure my 3 Republican colleagues in Illinois are sick of me saying this, but we need 3 brave Republicans to step up to stop this madness. I don't see any of them doing it, but we still need to put the pressure on. We can't just say that do it. They need to hear from us.
I think the only thing that is going to give Republicans the courage or the backbone to stand up to some of the worst stuff coming their way is knowing that they will lose their jobs if they do not. Yeah. Because that's what they're afraid of right now. And right now they're more afraid of Trump's wrath and Elon's money than they are afraid of their own constituents.
And some of them even say they're afraid of physical harm, which is a shame that some of them have to say that, too. Because no
Tom
matter
Tillis claimed that was, even though he had encouraged Pete Hegseth's friend of her former wife to come forward with what she knew, promising her that he would vote against the nomination. He's now saying that that's why he didn't, is because he felt that he and his family were physically at risk if they did that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure they hear from, those 1,500 people that he let go. Some of those guys, I'm sure they're doing things behind the scenes.
Tell me about the guest you're bringing tonight.
My guest is Dr. Lisa Green. She runs one of the federally qualified healthcare centers in my district. She is a phenomenal doctor. She runs a phenomenal center, and so I'm very concerned if there's cuts in like the $880 billion they want to cut in Medicaid and things like that. That will really hurt healthcare facilities, not, of course, only in my district, but in many areas. But I have a lot of people in my district that will be affected, up as many as 300,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good luck tonight. Better you than me. I've got to tell you.
Scream for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would have to medicate myself if I were going to have to listen to him talk and lie like he did. Mike Johnson was asked if he's going to, tear up the address the way Nancy Pelosi did, and he's trying to make a big joke out of it. But I read that Nancy Pelosi, what she did when Trump was making his speech then, is every time she was on a page where he said something that wasn't true, she made a little tear in that page. And she said she realized that by the time he was done, that she had torn every page of the speech. And that's why she did what she did. I think it's going to be rough. Good luck tonight.
you so much, and thank you for amplifying this.